Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. Race number 9 at Belmont Park on Saturday. Nice race on the turf. It's the $200,000 Mohawk. And let's take a peek at that field right now. We're going 1 1/16 on the inner turf. And while we both did not pick the morning line favorite, the number 5 Offering Plan, I think we will readily admit that this horse is way the horse to beat based on some of his other big efforts. And I'm pretty sure that Chad Brown, when he took a look at this race after it was all drawn, he was like, well, where's Get Jets? Where's Carafa? Where's Lubash? Where's King Creesa? Yeah. Where are the big names in the division? All of a sudden, Offering Plan is the big name in the division.
Yeah, he really is, and I'm with you. I mean, I didn't pick him in this race, but I mean, he's just way the horse to beat in here. 2 weeks since the Shadwell Turf Mile, where they just took a shot. He didn't run poorly in that race. He just was never going to win it. All of his races, you know, it's funny. He's only 1 for 4 since he came back this year. He's run well in all of his starts since he's come back. And the thing with him is a horse who can tend to get a little bit too far back in his races. He's got some pace to run out here because Black Tide's in.
Let's see what the Timeform US pace projector has to say. And as Mike mentioned, the number 7 Black Tide figured to get right out to the front as he's done in his last handful of starts, pretty much ever since he was claimed by David Canizzo and moved to the turf and stretched out, made the lead last time out, drifted really wide turning into the stretch. I wonder if that cost him, because it took Annals a time, a really classy returnee off of a layoff, a long time to get Black Tide. It was just weird that he was drifting into about the 7 path and upper stretch.
I agree. I didn't love that. He was getting out very badly in upper stretch, and it really concerned me about him. To his credit, he drifted back in when he saw Annals of Time, and he actually raced that horse. I mean, that was a pretty good runner-up performance from him once again. 4 for 7 on the turf this year, and it's wholly due to, you're right, Canizzo claimed him, and they totally changed tactics with him. They don't, not only do they go to the front with him now, they don't even rate him up there. Just let him go as fast as he can up there, and it's really paid off for them. He's run one big race after another. He got closed down by Offering Plan 2 starts back in the West Point. This horse ran a huge race in the West Point 2 starts. If he can run that race back in here, he's going to be really hard to beat.
Especially if that Timeform US pace projector allows him to get out there and relax on the lead. Maybe not go a little bit too fast. Timeform US had Cluncia sitting second in the pace projector. This horse I thought had a really good trip last time out in the Ashley T. Cole. Sat the pocket, came out with a big shot turning into the lane, and was very late to change leads and sort of flat. It was a bit of a disappointing performance, but he's earned buyers of 90 or better in 3 out of his last 4 races and can get a comfortable trip again.
Yeah, he can get a good trip in this race. You know, we'll see. He was able to sit off, you know, Black Tide in the past, and then, you know, actually make a run at that horse. So it's not impossible for him to win this race, even with Black Tide in it. And, you know, listen, I'm with you. I thought he got a really good trip last time, but, you know, aside of the favorite in your Offering Plan, you know, Get Jets, Call Provision, Carafa, they're better than these horses.
The 2 is Nevisian Sky, trained by Chad Brown. This is a horse that won last time out in a non-winners at 2 other than state-bred race. It looked like he got shuffled back and was in behind horses turning into the lane. And for a brief moment at the quarter pole, if you're backing this horse at 4 to 5, you're very, very nervous. He was much the best against those kind of horses once he actually got clear with some running room. Now he gets the class test for the first time. But you know something? Maybe this isn't the greatest Mohawk in the world. This horse has some ability.
Right, that's what he has going for him. It didn't come up the toughest Mohawk we've ever seen. He's a better turf horse. He's improved since they switched him over to turf, and you're right, it wasn't a perfect trip last time, but it ultimately did work out. And then once it worked out, I mean, you know, yeah, he's better than Yummy Bear and with Exaltation. This is a different story.
Wrapped gets back in with New York breds. He's faced open foes in his last 3 races, and 2 of those races might have been a little bit farther than what he wants to go. This is his distance. I guess Black Type's not going to go out there and go 48, 12, 4 clear. I guess he's going to go out there and he's at least going to set the table, and that's what this horse needs.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, that's the thing with Black Tide. I mean, he's going to go to the front, but I don't think he's going to rate it too much. He's going to go fast. It's going to give the closers a chance. I actually like this horse. I feel like this might be too tough for him with both Black Tide and Offering Plan. I don't know if he can beat both of them. I'm not going to be surprised if he beats one of them, though. This horse has improved a lot this year, I think, and I'm with you. 1 1/4 last time, 1 3/8, 3 starts back. That's too far for him. His race 2 back at Saratoga was really good. They walked on the lead in front of him. He was making up ground the entire way, and I thought he ran really well. And his win 4 starts back was legit. I mean, he got a good trip, but he really ran in the stretch that day. When Black Tide beat him back in June, this horse got in all kinds of stretch traffic in there. He actually ran pretty well.
Converge was claimed for 42 starts back then, was thrown to the wolves, to say the least, in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic, where he blasted out to an early lead and paid the price. He's certainly not that horse. I don't think he's as bad as the race he ran 2 starts back against Nevisian Sky, but he's tough to trust in the form he's in right now.
Yeah, so you know his recent form isn't great. I mean, I didn't think he got a great trip in that race 2 starts back when he got claimed, but I don't think he was going to win either. I just don't really like his recent form.
We're picking against offering plan while admitting you got to use him in
yeah.
any kind of pick four or multiple race wager as a major A because he is way the horse to beat. We take a look at our selections. You're hoping that pace makes the race and that the vastly improved Black Tide can go out there and steal this. I'm sort of just taking a shot with the number 3, All Is Number, who got out to a nice easy lead in the Ashley Cole last time out. And I know this is an excuse you don't like to hear, but I don't really think that's his running style.
Yeah,
when they tried to pick it up the third quarter, he doesn't have that instant acceleration that a pace setter needs when he gets challenged. As you look back to most of his races, he comes from further out of it when he wins.
Right.
I understand taking a shot in that race to get to the
I agree.
front, but that's not his running style. His race in the West Point wasn't terrible. I thought he was okay, tried to make a bid in between horses late. No match for Get Jets and offering plan. Unlikely winner, perhaps at 12-1, but a horse that might be able to spice up the exotics.
I agree with that. I mean, he really fits on figures. His last 2 races are fine. I didn't think he had a big excuse either time, but he ran well both times. It doesn't, that puts him in the mix here at least. And I don't, can he win it? I don't know. I didn't like him as much as you did. I'm not going to be surprised if he's around.
7-5-4-2 for Mike, 3-5-7-1 for me in the $200,000 Mohawk. Race number 9 at Belmont on Saturday carries an approximate post time of 4:46 Eastern. Good luck.